You ever notice how a lot of people pray for God to move mountains in their life, but they never pick up the shovel that He already put in their hands? Yeah, they want miracles without obedience, blessings without discipline, and results without any responsibility. But it don't work that way. Matthew 17:20 says, "If you've got the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain to move, and it will." But Jesus never said that faith is passive. Faith ain't sitting around waiting for something to happen. Faith gets up, it grabs a shovel, and it starts digging. James 2:17 puts it very plainly. Faith without works is dead. That means if your faith don't move your hands, it ain't faith. It's just talk, and you're blowing smoke. Ecclesiastes 9:10 says, "Whatever your hand finds to do it with all of your might." So whether it's your marriage, your job, or your kids, or your walk with God, get after it. Hebrews 11:7 says, "By faith Noah built." He didn't pray to God to keep him dry. He spent years swinging a hammer, man. Same with Nehemiah. Nehemiah didn't just sit there hoping that the wall would rebuild itself. He rolled up his sleeves and started stacking stones. Well, we're hunting. We're back at it with archery, and we're trying to get us a bull. We came to a completely different part of the country, and so far I think it was a good move because right up behind us, behind our camp, kind of as you start creeping up the mountain here, there's elk sign all over the place. We've seen multiple rubs on the way in here. We have seen elk tracks in the trails, on the edge of creek beds, on the edge of meadows. We've also seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of fresh elk poop. So, and it's green and it's tacky, meaning they've been in here in the last 24 hours. So we really think that we may have pushed them out. We got to camp last night in dark, or where we wanted to camp. We went ahead and set it up in the dark, so I don't have much to show for that. But we set up the Peaks teepee. We also have the Peaks torrid stove. Got some cots out, got our sleeping bags out, got some firewood, and then essentially hit the hay. I think we had some jerky and stuff for snacks. We woke up this morning, we got the electric fence set up so that way we could get the horses out in this meadow, let them feed. The beauty of where we set up the fence is that there's a spring further up the hill, and it trickles down, and there's basically water, so they can eat and drink all in the same space, and it's just a really nice setup. So Tubbs and my dad are cooking some sausage and eggs so we can kind of make up for the dinner we didn't really get last night. And then I think we're gonna take up over this mountain that we're camped at the base of and drop into the other side. There's a bowl there, and there have been elk in there in the past, and there's a lot of sign on this side down where we're at. So it's looking up, it's looking promising. So super excited about that. But we're gonna kind of get things tidied up here around camp, get some breakfast in our bellies, and then get after it. Somewhere along the climb, it hit me. Everybody wants God to move a mountain, but not many are willing to climb it. The air gets thin up here. Legs will burn, lungs will ache, and every part of you just wants to quit. But that's not how faith works, is it? In Matthew 17:20, it says that faith can move a mountain. But sometimes God doesn't want to move the mountain. Sometimes He tells you to climb it instead. Every step is a test, every breath is a prayer, and every rock under your boot is one more swing of the shovel. What?
You have to have the camera in my face.
And I didn't do much talking yesterday just because we made it all the way up to the top, and it was extremely windy up there, and I knew the audio quality would suffer. But we had a really good day. It was very uplifting, because we saw elk, multiple elk. We saw like somewhere between 14 and 16 mountain goats, which is crazy. There's a ton of them up there. And the range is due to them moving around so much. We're not sure if we like counted 2 of them twice. So it's somewhere between 14 and 16, but I feel like it's a really safe bet that we at least saw 14 goats. And then we seen 12 elk total. We didn't see any bulls, but it was kind of like we would see them briefly because they're moving through the timber, they're feeding. But man, it just ate up with sign. We saw multiple rubs, tracks everywhere, poop everywhere, and then we actually saw elk. So first day was a success. We, beelined it back to camp, got to camp, got some coals going, and then went ahead and cooked some pork chops, which were delicious. We nailed the cook on them.
You want a pork chop?
Yes. I said I
I thought you were on a veggie diet only.
Who said I was on that?
I don't know, I thought you did.
I didn't say that.
Oh. They're getting there.
What?
How do you have to video me doing this?
What are you? Bro, what are you even talking about?
That's bright, bro. It's bright.
What?
It's too bright.
Well, I gotta be able to see you.
Well, they can't see me.
You about done?
I am done.
Oh. It rained during the night, which was unfortunate, and then this morning when we were going to wake up, it was actually raining. So once the rain kind of lifted, we came out of our slumber. Got a little sausage there?
Mm-hmm.
He was a self-made man. He was going to make it happen. And then reality hit. Then I was thinking about coffee and Monster, and I was like, I don't know if that sounds good or not.
Oh, and mixing them?
Well, in my gut.
Oh. Cooked some sausage for breakfast, which was delicious. And then we've just drank some coffee around the fire and had some really good conversation, talking to mainly faith-based conversation, which is always good. And I think next step is we're going to move the electric fence so the horses have more graze pasture onto the other side of the meadow. And then from there, we'll probably grain the horses that we took out yesterday and then see if we can't get into some more elk or at least locate them. One of the drawbacks is it doesn't seem like they're very vocal. Now, that could be that we couldn't hear anything because of how windy it was yesterday, but we haven't heard anything just yet. So hopefully they are still talking. It is late in archery season, so hopefully we didn't miss the rut and that they'll talk to us. But it's kind of where we're at, what we're doing. It was awesome getting to see some wildlife again, especially after the last trip when the mountains felt empty. But we wouldn't have if we hadn't done the hard thing, if we hadn't made the climb. Faith is the same way. You don't just get to view without the work, and that's the shield and shovel. Faith in one hand, hard work in the other. Climb the mountain, swing that shovel, and trust God with the view.
Good job.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
We had a little snowstorm last night. It was actually like rain or slush rain at first, most of the night. And then about the time we went to wake up, it was really coming down. And then it, as the morning progressed, it actually turned into snow. So looks like the sun is trying to break through. So it'll probably melt off, or a bunch of it will. But we're out of the tent now. Alarm went off and was not worth getting out there. That slush rain was just be a nightmare. So we got a fire going. I think we're gonna cook some breakfast and probably get out and see if there's any fresh tracks in the snow. Did you go say hi to Wilson?
No,
Why?
I don't want to.
Why? That's
I'll
rude.
throw it.
Go take a picture with Wilson.
Why?
Cause. Just go put your arm around him and take a picture.
Be social.
Until we broke down camp. We're in the process of balancing the packs before we put them on the animals. They are eating up the last of the feed, and we just decided that we'd go ahead and bail. It snowed and was overcast up until just a little bit ago. Looks like the sun is starting to peek through, but the tops of the mountains are still covered. So since animals are not talking, we're not hearing any elk, and then the amount of snow is supposed to snow tomorrow through Thursday. We just made the decision to go ahead and bail and maybe come up with a better plan for rifle season. So we're gonna get this last little bit picked up, get it on the horses, and then hit the trail. Faith prays, but it also sweats. Faith trusts God to move a mountain, but it's willing to start digging. So here's the question. What mountain are you asking God to move while your shovel is lying there in the dirt? Are you praying big prayers but living small obedience? Are you talking faith but not showing it? Look, don't overcomplicate it. Just start digging. Write down one thing that you've been asking God to change in your life. Is it your family, your finances, your faith? And then right next to it, write down one step that you're going to commit to, that you're going to take this week. One swing on that shovel that proves you mean it. And you can pray something like this. Lord, give me the faith to speak to the mountains in my life, but don't let me stop there. Give me the grit to pick up that shovel, to obey you in the grind, and trust that you'll move the mountains as I work in faith. Because look, guys, that's what this series, Shield and Shovel, is all about. Faith that moves and hands that work. The shield is faith. The shovel is hard work. And you need both if you're going to make something that lasts.